Good morning and welcome to the pre-market report for 1st September 2022. Now, before we go into the charts, let's look at what's happened on the international news front. Now, on the global economy front, the two major news is that the inflation has hit 9.1% in countries that utilize the euro as a currency. Then the other news is that basically Russia has temporarily stopped the flow of gas to Europe through Nord Stream 1, which is a big negative for them due to the specific timing of the stoppage, which is a negative for them and negative for the global markets too. Then on the local front, the good news is that the first quarter GDP grew at 13.5%, which is a very big positive. However, it is slightly dampened by the fact that the core sector output slowed down to 4.5% against a backdrop of 9.9% the prior month. However, the 13.5% figure is a very positive sign. Then there are also the other thing, they expect the Indian economy in FY23 to grow by 7%, which is a positive. All the rest of the news is basically simply stock specific news, so I won't be covering that. Now, when we come to our basically the global indexes, we see the Nasdaq has reached a major support level, simple support, not a quant support zone. It's reached a major support level, and it will be interesting to see how it performs here. The current candle is of the Nasdaq future. The Nasdaq future is down by 1% right now, so it will be interesting to see how it holds there. The key reason of this fall output is the issue, not the inflation, but the Russia halting the gas, which naturally will make the global markets feel the pinch. Now the next one is the S&P 500. Now S&P 500 has reached a quant support zone, clearly. Got a 3934, and it will be interesting to see how it handles this. If it breaks this, then it is in for a much steeper decline than what has been anticipated. The next is the Dow Jones, which has reached a quant support zone, and this support zone has basically helped it take off in the past at this point, so it'll be interesting to see also how it does. But when I look at the American indexes, they may have a dip in today's trading session for them, but then they should have a rebound, so that a major support zone, plus they're oversold, so that comes into play. We should also look at Reliance, as we have been covering it this week, and I believe it's an important phase. Now, in the last video, on Monday's video, I had given this resistance level and this support levels. Now we can see it's still dilly-dallying between them, but the big positive is Reliance has managed to recoup the 20-day moving average. So it will be interesting to see whether it can have a follow-through from this point. This is Reliance's chart, or when you look at the intraday time frame, it does look interesting. So if it can break the high of the prior trading session, then we will naturally test this resistance zone, and the likelihood of this being taken out is very high. However, it has to break the high of the prior trading session. So right now, the Reliance managing to recoup the 20-day MA with the full real body is a huge positive. Now when we come to local indexes, now basically the indexes have on Tuesday, in the extremely volatile trading session, the indexes have basically headed back towards the resistance levels I had shared, which stopped the market's rise happening and brought them down. So now we can see clearly that this is a box range is formed. Yes. From longer than that. From basically the beginning of August, we have been trading within the same range, and we have not been able to break down above or break out above it. And the same can be seen in the Banknifty. Only from Banknifty, it is from 10th August, we've been trading in the same range. So now the SGX is indicating a small gap down. We'll have to see how deep that gap down goes into basically Tuesday's candle. If it does not go that deep into the Tuesday's candle, then it will be basically interesting to see how it trades. The positive is that the 58 MA is now popped its head slightly above the 200 MA in the Banknifty, and in the Nifty it wants to do the same. So I would say today's trading session basically is very important, as number one, it will help us see if there's going to be a continuation, or we will continue dilly-dallying within the same box range between my quant resistance and my quant support zone. That is all for now. Thank you for watching, and do like the video and subscribe to the channel.